Nicola Sturgeon is facing questions over how the Scottish Government is spending the £2.2 billion it was handed by the UK government during the coronavirus crisis. The Scottish First Minister is under pressure after her Finance Minister announced businesses and charities in Scotland that face economic ruin during the coronavirus pandemic will receive a grant of up to £25,000. But this is in comparison to England, where businesses and chains can receive up to £150,000, and in Wales, where they can get a £200,000 grant, despite all countries receiving the same amount from Chancellor Rishi Sunak. Critics said the move would push local businesses and chains under as they struggle to keep afloat amid the COVID-19 crisis. Scottish Tory politician Brian Monteith highlighted what he highlighted as hypocrisy, writing in The Scotsman, "Imagine the reaction from the First Minister to Rishi Sunak making such an announcement that openly discriminates. Visualize in your mind's eye how clenched in anger her fists would be, how she would spit fire and epithets about Tories, how we would be told only a referendum to deliver independence could ensure such injustice is never again visited upon us. For once I would agree and say he would be right. Only in Scotland is it impossible to establish the truth of what the Scottish Government is doing. Where's the money going?" Scottish Finance Minister Kate Forbes sparked fury when she announced a £25,000 grant for hospitality, leisure and retail properties with a rateable value between £18,000 and £51,000. This is because in England, chain businesses including restaurants, pubs, shops and hotels can receive grants of up to £25,000 per property, which would see a chain of 6 be handed one. But in Scotland, the grants are only made per business, meaning an equivalent company with 6 outlets receives just £25,000. Michael Lumsden, who owns a chain of health spas in England and Scotland, said Ms Forbes was out of her depth and accused Holyrood of dragging Scottish businesses under the water. He told The Times, Ms Forbes's article was confused, insulting to the businesses affected and added no new information in answer to all the questions that the Scottish public are now rightly asking. Unfortunately, the Cabinet Secretary appears to be well out of her depth, and her government determined to drag under water the Scottish businesses who are truly the backbone of the economy. John Sharp, owner of a chain of 6 coffee shops in the Scottish city Edinburgh, said the move was incredible. In a letter to Ms Forbes and Secretary for the Economy Fiona Hyslop, he said, "I hope you change course before people actually hit the wall. You still have time to do the right thing before real damage is done, but you will need to act quickly as a few are on the very edge right now." Scottish Labour leader Richard Leonard added, the decision by SNP ministers to only offer one grant of £25,000 to each business could destroy the few small chains left in Scotland, and put competitors south of the border at an advantage, Mr Leonard said. The Scottish Government said, one grant is available per property where the ratepayer has one property, and for those with multiple properties it is one grant.